What is up, my fellow gamers? In today's video, we are going over the best heroes in Mini Heroes Summoner's War. Like and subscribe for more amazing mobile game content. We also have a new coupon code that was also released along with this new update as well. So let's go ahead and enter this new coupon code that we got. We're gonna head over to gift codes and you're gonna type in hero2309. All right, so these heroes that we're going over right now, they're pretty much the S tier. The first one we got is Zhang Fei. He's a warrior type. For his weapon type, he is a lancer. He does incredible amounts of damage and also has extremely good crowd control abilities. His basic attack just goes ahead and hits the enemies in front of him. However, his other special skill attacks all enemies, so you get really good AoE damage from him. He also has an amazing passive ability, really two strong crowd control abilities, buffs and debuffs that I just want to mention for him is Bloody Evil, reduces the received damage by a percentage, and the attack must be a critical hit, and this lasts for 2 rounds. This is a buff that he puts on himself. Strong debuff he puts on the enemies, unable to increase their SP or receive treatment, lasting for 2 rounds. I believe treatment is also healing. Next up we have is arguably the best tank in the game, and that is going to be Emperor Jiang. For his type, he is a tank as well as a shield. Now, although he really lacks in damage output, he has extremely strong defensive abilities. Special ability has heals all allies and attaches 1 layer of humanity shield. So he goes ahead and he puts shields on allies as well as healing. Other special ability goes ahead, attacks all enemy units. So you're getting a little bit of AoE damage, even though it is low, but you're getting that provoke and also the lock ability as well. Really strong debuff, which is going to increase the received physical damage that the enemies take by 50% in the last 2 rounds. So it makes all of your damage dealers hit a lot harder. Now, the cool thing about this character is he has 2 interesting passive abilities. This one goes ahead and anytime it receives physical damage, it increases the probability that the enemy triggers a critical hit. However, it reduces the damage, and if we take a look at the other one, when he is hit by a critical strike, it reduces the damage by 90%. It means anytime they go ahead and attack Emperor, he's pretty much taking hardly any damage. Because he has so many ways to put provoke on enemies, most of the time, whoever you're facing, they're mostly going to be just attacking this character. Next up we have as a healer, this is Hua Tuo. Now, he is a mage, and for his weapon, he is an archer, but he has really strong special abilities that heal, probably one of the most effective healers in this game to pretty much do everything that you need a healer to do. And then after he does his basic attack, he goes ahead and releases first aid immediately. This is one of his passive abilities, which we're going to go over in shortly. Next up, we have a special ability, heals all allies, so we're getting AoE healing, and randomly revives 1 dead ally. And the ally with the highest strength will gain 1 level of violent rage, which is a buff. When dealing physical damage, increases the real damage, which is like true damage. Directly deduct the HP and ignore the defense and shield effect. So really amazing healer because you're getting heals, you're getting buffs, you're getting debuffs on the enemy. He does so much stuff. The first aid, this is the special passive healing ability, just heals the ally with the lowest HP, and if the ally's HP exceeds 50%, the SP of himself and the allies increase by 30. So you're even getting some SP generation as well. Even has some self-healing too with move camp at the end of the action. If his own HP is less than 50%, restores his HP and he gains immortal. And for his other passive ability, poultry, at the beginning of the action, he transfers a percentage of his current HP to the ally with the highest strength, which is typically going to be like your frontliners, which would be like your tank. So your tanks are typically going to be prioritized as the first healing target for him. Next up we have is Liu Bei. Now he's kind of a combination of a tank and a healer put into one, but he can't like fully tank. So you're getting some decent defensive stance from him, but you're also getting some team healing as well. Basic attack attacks the enemy in front and attaches that provoke if his HP is higher than 50%. Not the greatest damage, but that's okay. We're more worried about his other special skills and his passives. First special skill restores HP for all allies and gains loyalty. Loyalty increases the critical hit rate by 20%. Sworn Brothers is a really cool ability. When When the remaining HP doesn't exceed 50%, he actually shares the HP of both sides equally with the ally who has the highest HP. So if you have like another tank with him, they kind of share the HP, and it's actually a really cool effect that happens. He also has another passive ability which has to do with camps. So if we take a look at his camp, he is the Shu camp, and you'll see that this passive ability, when he enters the battlefield, all the Shu allies will go ahead and gain loyalty and increase the critical damage, lasts for 3 rounds. Again, he's just buffing crit rates like crazy. Next up, we have his Sime, a really strong ranged damage dealer. Taking a look at the types, we have a mage, and for the weapon, magic. First basic attack, attacks the enemy in front and attaches a curse with a 50% probability chance. What curse does, it goes ahead and just means that they're going to take increased magic damage. Now, special ability pretty much does the same thing, except we're attacking all enemies and we're attaching curse to all enemies. However, if they're already cursed, they get put with another debuff, which increases the received damage by 25%. So whether it's physical or magical, they're now going to take that additional 25%, whereas the curse is only for magic damage. And then the last passive, Open Up Wasteland. At the beginning of his action, if his SP is ever lower than 50, he just gains free 10 SP and increases his attack damage for 2 rounds. This character really focuses on increasing his SP as well as putting lots of debuffs on the enemy so that they take increased damage. Next up, we have is one of my favorite range damage dealers, and that is Diao Chan. Taking a look, she is a mage as well as for her weapon an archer type. But what makes her so strong is that she's pretty much what I would call her like a tank destroyer, because she really focuses on destroying tanks, and she also has a lot of effects that are going to add stuns to it. So you'll see she has stuff like attacks all enemies and attaches tremble. And then if they already do have that debuff, she goes ahead and attaches chaos, and chaos is what goes ahead and attaches that stun at a 50% chance rate. She also has a little bit of tankiness and protection to her as well with this gorgeous beauty. When she receives physical attack damage, she reduces it by 50 and actually stores it. Once the stored damage reaches a certain limit, she actually goes ahead and gives it to an ally with the highest strength, which is typically going to be like one of your frontliners, one of your melee damage dealers, which is going to increase the damage they do, and it's going to restore their HP as well. So this is great for your frontliners to kind of pair her up with. These are some of the best SSR units that I just wanted to shine some light on and kind of suggest that if you are doing your pulls or you're trying to build some teams, these are some really good ones to look out for and try and add to your lineup. Stay happy, stay safe, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.